Hey crafters, how's it going? It's Alex Vanover back with DIY Alex, and today I'm going to give you 5 great ways to decorate Easter eggs because Easter is less than a week away. So my internet may have some connection problems. I'm getting all that replaced and worked on. So let me share this live real quick around to a few of our friends on Facebook, and then we will get right to it. So give me just a moment. And if you are joining me, let me know that you can hear me okay and see me okay, and all that good stuff. I'm super excited to be live with you guys. It's been a little while. I've had some internet connection problems, and I'll explain all that in just a minute. But I really wanted to go live with this one because it's going to be fun. And I just didn't feel like I should edit it because it's going to be fun. So we'll do it together. All right, my friends, I'm moving quickly for us. Uh-oh. I say that and then I mess it all up. So if you can hear me okay and see me okay, let me know so that I know that my connection is good and everything. And I'm going to tell you what the 5 easy ways to decorate the eggs are first, and then we will go into decorating them all. That way, in case we get cut off, you can still use the ideas because they're pretty straightforward. I don't think they're going to be anything that's going to like be earth-shattering for you, but at least I'll give you the ideas up front in case we end up getting separated. But I'm hoping that maybe now that everyone is not working, the Wi-Fi will be in a better situation. I had some problems going live during the day with both my DIY Alex page and with 651 Vinyl. So I'm really hoping and praying that this is a little bit of a better time. Maybe people are busy putting their kids to bed or whatever, even though it's really late now. I don't know. That's just my theory. All right, one last place to post it, and then we are off and going. Make sure that posted. All right, cool. There we go. Hello, Barbara and Ibby. I'm glad you guys can hear me okay. So let's talk about 5 easy ways to decorate Easter eggs because Easter is less than a week away. Like, I am blown away in some ways because we're quarantined. It seems like time is going so slow, but in other ways, it seems like time is going so fast. Like, it's weird. So if you're decorating Easter eggs this week, and this can be done with real eggs or fake eggs, I have both, like the wooden eggs from Target, and then I have these colored eggs that I also got from the Target dollar spot that are super cute to decorate. Or you can boil eggs if your kids are a little older and a little more careful. If you don't have any of these, you can boil eggs and decorate them that way. So the first easy idea is just painting the eggs. So it's a little bit easier than dyeing them. You can do a little more with customizing the design with paint than you can with just like dip dyeing them like you traditionally would. Easy way number 2 is stickers and markers. So especially if, and I can't encourage you guys to go to Target right now because we're in quarantine, but if you've been to Target or if you picked up some of these are the really colorful eggs, and they actually come with a sticker pack. Or you could just grab your markers and then you could make some stickers with your Cricut to decorate your eggs that way. And that one is way less messy than any of the other ways probably. So there is definitely some ways to keep it a little bit more simple if you're not wanting to get out the whole bunch of different cups and food coloring and all that good stuff. Way number 3 is glue or Mod Podge and glitter. So I'm going to glitter an egg and I'm going to show you guys how to do that, but that's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can just use Elmer's glue, or especially clear Elmer's glue would be great for that, and any kind of glitter will work. A 4th way that I cannot take credit for, I'll explain all that too, is alcohol ink. Alcohol ink is so pretty and so pigmented, but our amazing affiliate, Linda Davis, came up with that one, and I just thought it was genius. So I'm going to do, and by the way, I'm going to do one of each of these eggs for you. So after I tell you all these ideas, I'm going to put you on my overhead camera, and then we'll do one of each egg so that you can see what to do. But alcohol ink, if you have bought those recently, would go really, really fun on eggs. Those are a little messier, so you'd probably want to save those for older kids. I'm going to use some makeup sponges and gloves, but there's tons of different ways that you can play with alcohol ink. And then lastly, and one way though that I've never seen anybody mention before, I'm sure it's out there, is using vinyl on your Easter eggs. So whether that's actually decorating with the vinyl or using the vinyl as a stencil with something like paint or alcohol ink like underneath, and then peeling the vinyl off to like see the original color of the egg underneath. So those are the 5. Really quickly, they're paint. Number 2, stickers and Mod Podge, or stickers and markers. Number 3 is Mod Podge and glitter. Number 4 is alcohol ink. And number 5 is vinyl. So let me know if you guys have any questions, but I think those are pretty straightforward. Let me know if you are just now joining me, if you can hear me okay and see me okay. And if you guys will excuse me for just a moment, I am going to put you on my overhead camera, so it may make you a little motion sick. So if you need to turn this off for just a second and come back, do that. I'm also going to unplug my microphone while I get settled. So give me a hot second. I'm going to move you to my brand new mount, and then we will get started. Oh, wait, no, before we get started, let me tell you about my internet. So internet is fun because all of America is trying to work from home right now. And if they're not working from home, then they're probably trying to file for unemployment or looking for another job. And so we are all using internet at the same time, and it's been really crazy. So I upgraded my internet speed with Spectrum, but in order to receive that faster internet speed, I have to get a new router. So there's a new modem and router on the way to my house, even though I just got a new router 2 weeks ago. But that's okay. So as soon as I get that new router, I will get everything all set up, and then we will be able to go live together a lot more often. So that's why there's a possibility that we're going to get disconnected tonight. I'm really, really hoping that we're not, but it is possible. So that takes care of all that. Give me a hot second. I'm going to put you up in my bird camera, and then we will get started, okay? So like I said, be careful. This might make you a little motion sick if you're a motion sick kind of person, but it should be pretty quick. Give me just a hot second. I'm going to try to be really careful with you. Hello, hello. If you're just now joining me, give me just a second to get set up, and then we will get to decorating at least one egg of each of these ideas. So it's going to be fun. All right. I think we are pretty close. Let me stick my microphone in here so you guys can hear well. Okay, whoops, hold on. What is happening? I got I got a new mount, which is super exciting. However, it is a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to use it because it's all different. I got an Archon mount, which is super cool. It is really, really going to be really neat once I learn how to use it. Okay, all right, much better. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. I do have the comments in front of me on my computer, so if you have any problems or anything, let me know. Okay, and hopefully my microphone cord is not in your shot either. So let's start with the easiest and most obvious way to decorate eggs, probably besides actually traditionally dyeing them, and that is paint. So I'm going to open these little wooden eggs. Again, I got these from the Target dollar spot. So if you are going to Target to get any groceries or anything, these would be great for that. Plus, of course, you can keep these eggs for years to come versus the dyed eggs or like the hard-boiled eggs that you have to like throw away when you're finished. So these wooden eggs are super fun. I picked up a few of these just because I wanted to decorate with them, but I thought how cute if we did something fun with them. And I bought the white, obviously, because I thought they would craft a little bit better. I also love how easily they stand up. Like, look how nice that little wood base is. I also got some brown ones, though, to decorate my house. So I guess it just depends on your preferences and all that good stuff. So the first way that I'm going to decorate an egg is I'm just going to take a paintbrush and I'm just going to dot like little polka dots all over the egg with 2 different colors. So I've got a medicine cup here that I'm going to fill with my paint. And this is just, let's see, Deco Art Americana, which I think is maybe the Hobby Lobby paint. And it's Whispering Turquoise is the color. So I'm just going to put a little in my medicine cup here so that it's easy to get out. And I'm going to use one of these round, really super cheap paintbrushes because it's really easy to work with. And I'm just going to dot little polka dots all over. So easy. So let me know what your favorite idea is so far with these eggs, and let me know what you're doing if you are quarantined with little kiddos. Let us know what you're doing to craft for Easter as well, because I'm sure that you guys have some great ideas that I've never even thought of, because I am not a parent. I'm still a cool auntie at this stage in my life, and that is perfectly okay with me. Someday, I definitely want to have kids, but for now, I am hanging in there as the cool aunt. And actually, Easter is a little sad this year for me because a couple years ago, my husband and I actually went into Cincinnati to be with a couple of my nieces and nephews for Easter, and it was really, really fun. So it's a little bit sad to not be together this year, but we're going to do what we need to keep each other safe. So it is what it is, but definitely bittersweet. And I'm sorry if you can hear that extremely loud train. I live super close to some train tracks, and the trains, though they are very helpful and important, are very, very loud. So that's a normal occurrence, unfortunately, here in the Vanover house. So that's one layer of polka dots, and I'm going to do another layer with some coral paint that I have. And the fun thing about any of these crafts is most people probably have these in their house. If you guys have kids, you probably already have these because they're very, very simple objects. And if you don't, just improvise. No big deal. So I won't use as much paint here. I wanted to use some fun springy colors, so that's why I chose like a robin's egg blue. They're calling it turquoise, but that looks very much like robin's egg or Tiffany blue to me, and coral, because I thought that would be fun. So you can get as creative and as intricate as you want, or you can keep it really, really super simple with these eggs. That's the fun part about them. So I kind of put a lot of blue in there. So there's not a lot of spots for my coral, but that's okay. So yeah, I might do, let's do a couple dots up here. We don't have a lot super high on this egg. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cute. So that's idea number one, which is just painting your eggs. Super easy, and again, I'm using these wooden eggs, which are fun because you can save them for every year. And how fun would it be if you did wooden eggs every year for your kids, and then when they got older, you could totally give them to them as I don't know, put them in their Easter basket or give them to their kids so that you could see through the years how they'd grown up. You could definitely write on the bottom of these eggs the name of the child and the year if you wanted to really track something like that. So lots and lots of fun creative ideas with these. So I wanted to open these up too. These are eggs that I bought at Target also that have a sticker pack with them already. So I'm probably not going to use any of these stickers because if my nieces and nephews do get to come over another weekend other than Easter, I'm going to let them decorate these guys. But I will definitely use some markers and color on these a little bit. So let's open up, let's do one of these light pink eggs. So these are plastic eggs, and they're not filled with anything, so they're a little on the lighter side. So something to keep in mind, but they would be super fun to just literally just color on. So let's use a dark blue and I don't know, dark purple. Maybe we'll just write on them. So what do you guys think? So the paint idea is first, what have you guys done with your kids around Easter time? Have you, do you do creative things like this, or do you typically stick to old school dyeing your eggs? What do you do with your Easter eggs? As a kid, we always dyed our eggs, so that is definitely a tradition that is near and dear to my heart, but I think it would be fun to try some different things too. You don't have kids either, Evie? Yeah, I don't either. But it's also some fun little nostalgia. I do have my house kind of decorated in bunnies. I bought some bunny stuff back a couple months ago when all this stuff started coming out, long before I knew I would be quarantined for Easter. So, you know. But I also really like, maybe it wasn't these eggs. I got another set of eggs for my nieces and nephews that already have like lines and stuff and patterns in them so that you can color them. So these kid-friendly eggs are really fun because they already like have all the work done. And I think there are even crayons like in the package. So literally you don't have to do anything if you want to keep it a little simpler. Your kids are grown and gone, and grandkids are too. Wow, Barbara, well, goodness. You've got some ideas to save for the great-grandbabies, huh? I hope that you guys are doing well and you're not going to spend Easter alone. Easter is such a special holiday in general. It's one of the biggest Christian days on the calendar, and so it's difficult that we have to spend it apart. And that's super sad, but hopefully we can come together with our family sometime soon and carry out all of our Easter traditions. So this is a really super simple one. I'm not going to do anything crazy to my egg, but just drawing on it, you know, writing, maybe I'll write Easter 2020 on this egg like I would if somebody had drawn on it. I would definitely want to save these. So Easter 2020. It's a little tricky to write on those though. So it may be hard for like really, really little ones to write or like draw on round eggs like that, just because it's kind of a difficult shape. I don't know if I'm just making that up or not, but I find that just a little bit difficult. All right. So next we're moving right along to Mod Podge and glitter on eggs. I think this one's going to be fun. And one tip that I do have for you guys, if you're going to work with glitter, if you have any of these aluminum pans, that makes it like 1,000 times easier and way less messy. So if you are able to get a hold of some of these, or if you already have one, it is like a game changer, especially like the wide sheet pan ones. I find these a little bit difficult to find in the stores because most people don't want things like this, but it makes stuff for crafts like 1 billion times easier. So I'm going to use another little medicine cup and pour out some Mod Podge. And then I'm going to be using the StarCraft Magic Glitter Magical Narwhal because I thought it would be a really pretty Easter color to go on my egg. So this is fun because you can have the kids paint with glue and then you can just sprinkle, you know, glitter over top of it. You can make a design. You can kind of just do whatever you want here. And this would be a little more fun for older kids maybe if they have some control over their design and they actually want to, you know, focus on it a little bit. I think it would be fun for them. So, and don't forget that if you do any of these crafts, make sure that you use hashtag craft for the curve because that is what I am doing this for. So craft for the curve is kind of a movement that myself and several other YouTubers are putting together. And it's basically just videos every day for 15 days so that you guys have a reason to stay home and craft instead of going out during quarantine. And we are hoping that it will help us flatten the spread of the coronavirus or the coronavirus curve. So that's what hashtag craft for the curve means and why we're doing it. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. This is video number 12 for me, I think. And it ends on Wednesday. So if you're going to use that hashtag, use it on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok through Wednesday to share your projects. And if you use that hashtag, then you are entering yourself to win some prizes from some really, really cool brands like Plaid, who makes Mod Podge, is giving away some stuff. Shop Auntie Tay is giving away some stuff. Fiskars and Surebonder, who makes glue guns. So there's lots of really cool brands out there wanting to sponsor this movement. So make sure that you use that hashtag if you decide to make any of these crafts. I'm excited to see it. I've checked on Instagram a little bit and there's quite a few posts out there with it. So make sure you use those if you decide to make any of these crafts. Oh, Brenda, you're so smart. That's a great idea. She says, use a squeegee to hold the egg in place. Genius, Brenda, genius. She was really, really excited about the squeegee trick for mugs, I think it was. So that is so funny that you reminded me of that, Brenda. I love that. That's hilarious. Yeah, I totally should. And now I guess it's wet on both sides, so I probably can't use a squeegee right in this second, but still, genius. Also, can we just take a second to observe the beauty of Magical Narwhal? Like, I'm just obsessed with this color of glitter. It's so cute. I did not paint Mod Podge all the way on the bottom of the egg, and I guess I'd probably, if I was gonna be doing this, I would probably go a little closer to the bottom. But you'll still get the idea. While the egg is sitting up, you'll still be able to see the glitter really well. And I love this color on the white egg. It shows up really well. The thing about Magical Narwhal, though it's super pretty, is that if it doesn't have a blue background, the color tends to kind of like shift depending on the color that's behind it. So you do have to be a little careful when you use this in your crafts that you don't totally change the color. But look how fun that is. So you could totally do more colors of glitter. Maybe since I already have the brush out, I'll do some more Mod Podge at the bottom here to make sure that I get color all the way, except for this flat bottom part. I don't want to really get any glitter on that, but I could go a little closer toward the bottom. Since I've already have the brush out, I might as well, right? Have you done any things like this, Brenda, with any of your kids or grandkids? I'm curious to know if parents actually do stuff like this. I think sometimes these ideas are fun, but I just wonder, I guess, if they actually happen, because I know like it's such a busy time of year normally when everything is normal. So I wonder if you guys, like, this is actually something you do, or if it's just something you mostly talk about. If that makes sense. When I went and stayed with my niece and nephew a couple years ago, we did actually dye eggs together. So that was really fun. And especially as the kids get older, you know, and especially depending on if they're interested in arts or crafts or not. Sometimes they're not interested and it's totally not fun. Oh, Brenda, you're the cool aunt too. And yes, you always crafted with nieces and nephews. That's awesome. I love being the cool aunt too. Aunt Alex is a good title on me. I'm also Aunt Alex to several of my friends' kids. So I love being the cool aunt for now. Like I said, one day my husband and I will definitely have kids. We definitely want to be parents. But for now, we're just hanging in there, being the cool aunt and uncle. So, oh, you guys, this color, so pretty. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I would use Magical Narwhal on everything if I could. Who knew you needed periwinkle glitter in your life? Like, who knew? Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. So, of course, I'm not going to bat off too much until after it dries a little bit. I would definitely, you know, grab some of this glitter here that's kind of moved up the white part. Brenda says you don't have to pay for their college expenses. So true, Brenda, so true. You definitely get the benefit of doing the fun stuff, and then for like the complicated / expensive stuff, you get to give them back to mom and dad. So there are definitely some fun, definitely some good perks to being the cool aunt. For sure. I love it. Oh, you guys, this might be my favorite so far. This is cute. Okay. I'm just going to shake off a little bit of glitter. I've cleaned my table like 3 times of glitter today because I've been using glitter a lot, but that's okay. I'll just do it again. All right, so I'm going to set this tray aside, and then the next thing that we are going to do is alcohol ink on an egg, which is super fun. Actually, I'm lying. I'm going to leave this tray here because I think it's going to help. So I love working with alcohol inks, but they are kind of messy. So I do tend to wear gloves just so that I don't stain my fingers, because alcohol ink stains really fast. Really, really, really fast. And then what I'm going to be using to work on my alcohol inks today is just a makeup sponge that I got from Walmart. It's nothing fancy or anything like that. You could definitely cut up like a kitchen sponge if you don't have any makeup sponges, but this is all that I'm going to use. And there's a couple things you need to know about alcohol inks. Is first that they dry really fast. Since I have like a blue theme going, I'm going to be using turquoise. I have boysenberry and Fiesta. Fiesta is a super fun pink. You always want to shake them up really, really good before you use them, but they dry really, really fast and they do stain. So you just need to keep those things in mind when you're playing with your inks. So since this egg is round and that's going to be kind of challenging to add the ink onto, I think I'm going to add the ink to my sponge first, and then I'm going to sponge it onto my egg. But you do have to move kind of fast. You don't have a ton of time when working with alcohol inks, and you don't need much. I'm going to start with just a few drops because I know it's going to soak into the sponge a little bit, and then I'm just going to start sponging it around on the surface. Alcohol inks are just like so much fun. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried alcohol inks. I know in the past few weeks since we've had them at 651 Vinyl, we have talked a lot more about them than I did in the past. But even before we had them at 651 Vinyl, I have loved alcohol inks. I just think they're fun and they're bright and vivid and they're so much fun to use. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to drop the ink directly onto my sponge. If this was a flat object, I'd probably go ahead and just put it on there. But since eggs are like obviously so round, that becomes a little challenging. Fiesta has become one of my favorite colors really fast because look how pigmented it is. It is so much fun to play with and it's so bright. Oh, so fun. So we're kind of making some purple between the pink and the blue seam, so that's cool. So let's go back and use some more of our turquoise on the other side of our Fiesta, and then I'll add in the purple boysenberry. Oh, see, it's already dried in my sponge for the most part. So you have to move super quick with alcohol inks, but of course, as their name implies, alcohol does reactivate them. So if you need to move some more color around or if you want to reactivate it, you can spray it with alcohol and that will do the job for you. So let's add in a little boysenberry. I have another sponge that I can use for boysenberry since I don't want to mix my colors together. Barbara loves the inks too, yay! And Ibby has used them in a card class. That's awesome, Ibby. Yeah, and then I am super excited. I'm getting really close to 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys for that because you are the reason for that. But when I hit 25,000, I've already done a special video with Troy that I'm super excited to share with you guys. I got Troy to play with alcohol ink and glitter at the same time, which like never happens. He is always a little against projects like that, but he agreed to it finally. So I have a super fun video for you guys for when I hit 25,000. So I'm super pumped to share that with you. So let's blend some boysenberry kind of into some of these lines. There we go. Okay guys, this is looking a little boring. As much fun as this is to dab it on my sponge, I'm feeling like I could definitely do better. So I'm going to put some turquoise directly on my egg and kind of see what happens. We're just going to go with it no matter what happens. So if I put them like, they're super thin too. Okay, so I'm holding my egg kind of level. And I'm going to use the turquoise part of my sponge to move these guys around quickly. And you can always add some mixatives in here. I do have the pearl mixative over off the side, so I may have to add that back in when we're done because I don't want to be super boring. Oh, am I moving you guys around a bunch? Okay. I'll be more conscious of my elbows. The hard thing about having a mount that is overhead is it sits on the table. So like anytime I touch the table, the mount starts to like rock and I have to be super careful. All right. So I'm assuming kids would be a lot more creative than me. I'm a rule follower, kind of coloring between the lines here with these inks, but you could do so many fun things with these. And I love using them on paper too. I have not done as much with paper. I've done more of like the tumblers and things like that with my inks, but that's super fun, Ibby, that you've been able to use them in a card class. Yeah, we made a card with the Cricut Joy. And I won't tell you any more about that video with Troy and I, but that is what we did with it. So it was super fun. I had never played with the Joy before, and he had never played with alcohol inks and glitter, really. So that was really cool. It's a fun little video. So this guy's turning out kind of fun. So we'll probably have to put some mixative on him because it's kind of boring. I've got all these color patches and it turned out really pretty, but it's just definitely very, you know, definitely very like straightforward, kind of boring. All right, so let's add some mixative in here. Make it a little more interesting. So the mixatives, you have to be really careful because they are really overpowering compared to the normal inks. So when you put them on there, you just need to make sure that you're using them in very, very small amounts, like way smaller than what you use the ink in, because they just take over so fast. So maybe let's start at the top. Ooh, yeah. Let's start at the top and kind of let it run down the egg maybe. And I'm going to use the clean side of the sponge that I have left. See if it runs down a little bit. Ooh, yeah, there it goes. So now it's going between the colors a little bit. And these colors are really vivid, so the pearl may not show up the way that it normally would. Yeah, you're not seeing a whole lot of it there. It's just kind of lifting some of the ink. Let's try it in the middle of the boysenberry, but we may not be able to get it to work. The metallics work a little bit better. The pearl is metallic also, but the metallics like the rose gold and the silver and the gold do a little bit of a better job, and I don't have those in front of me. But the pearl is really pretty when you use it in the right situations. All of them are really pretty when you do the right things with them. They're just really fun. Okay, well, we're not going to mess too much more with the pearl because we're not really showing, like, my colors are so bright, I don't think you're really going to be able to see it, but they're just, like, absolutely beautiful. So much fun. So far we have done a painted egg, we have done markers and then stickers if you had them, egg, a Mod Podge and glitter egg, and an alcohol ink egg. And look how quick these have been. This really hasn't been a very long live for all the number of eggs that we've made. All right, and then in my very last egg, I'm just gonna do something quick and easy. I have some Oracal 631 that I have just had on my shelf for a while, and I'm just gonna cut some strips of it, and we're gonna kind of do, if you guys have seen my first craft for the curve, where we did like the geometric wall art, I'm gonna basically create some lines on my egg using vinyl and do kind of the same concept. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you. But I'm really loving that like geometric style right now. In fact, it's the canvas that was behind me when I first started this live. So we're just going to cut a couple of thin strips off of the end of our Oracal 631. And you could use any vinyl for this. I just happen to have 631. So, and then I'll cut it off with a good bit of room in there. And we will just wrap this around. Uh-oh, I might have to take my gloves off for this. Don't think I'll be able to probably wrangle the vinyl if I don't have gloves on. So we're gonna use the Robin's Egg Blue paint again. I'll grab my pin pen and just peel the backing off of the vinyl so that we can wrap it around the egg, almost like tape. So like I said, we're basically going to use the vinyl in this case as a stencil, but you could also cut vinyl designs out or vinyl stickers and use the vinyl as the sticker instead of using it like geometrically like we're going to. You can really do a lot with this, just depending on how creative you want to get. So we're making kind of a line there. And then I'm going to paint the whole egg and then peel off the vinyl and see what we're left with. So these are going to be a little fancier eggs. A little bit nicer, maybe. On this one, I'm going to start down at the base. Just kind of lay it down and basically cut the egg in half here. And then we might need some more strips of this. Let's do a little bit of a shorter strip and kind of see where we end up with this. So what do you think, guys? What's your favorite so far out of all these eggs? I'll show them to you again at the end. But I want to know. I'm curious. So I'm going to start this strip right here to kind of connect this shape right there. We'll just wrap it around the side. And maybe we'll stop right there and I'll cut it so that we can create another shape. All right, and then let's do go right here. No, we'll widen it up a little bit and go this way. Ha! That worked perfect. Look at that. All right, so those are where the lines of our egg is going to be. Ibby said, you can already tell this will be my favorite. Awesome, Ibby. I'm glad. And I think this is going to be a fun and easy one too. And again, so this one would be on a little bit more for like the older kids age probably, just because you're involving paint. So of course it's going to be a little bit messier. But if you're cool with your kids getting messy, hey, take them in the backyard. Let them go for it. Because it's so much fun, especially I hope you guys are taking some time to really enjoy your family while you're home if you can, you know, especially with your little kiddos, because I know that this is a really hard time for us, but it's also a hard time for them. Their routines are seriously interrupted. Everything is really different right now. So I can only imagine as a little one how challenging it would be to try to behave and sit inside and do schoolwork while the weather is nice and they're not in school. This is definitely a challenging time. So I hope you guys are able to take some rest as a family and really enjoy the season as much as you can. As I know also mentally it's really, really tough. So I'm gonna bring that coral back into, and I'm gonna do some of these shapes in coral. When I did the DIY wall art, I used several different colors and I tried not to put too, whoops, stuck my finger right in that one, so I'm getting messy too. But when I did more colors, I was trying not to put two colors in the same like box next to each other. But with only two colors, I don't think that's gonna be possible. So we'll do that, and then I'm trying not to keep sticking my fingers at the top of that egg, so that may just have to be, that may just have to get ruined for now. Ooh, this is gonna be cool, guys. I'm pumped. So you could totally turn this into a geometric pattern. You could cut some circles and just create some patterns using circles and stuff to create like some polka dots. You could go whatever direction you want to go with this one. All right, I'm gonna have to set this down because I'm getting paint all over the place. And I'll show you guys when it's done here in a minute. So don't worry, you'll get to see it. Trying to make sure you guys can see everything okay. How's the connection been, folks? Nobody has said that it's been bad. Is it okay? Maybe going live late at night is the trick. Who knows? I think it's also that whether you're, like I was saying earlier, like whether you're working from home because you are working for your job, or if you're looking for a new job while you're at home, I think it's really hard because during the day everyone's on the internet and stuff, and even in the evening. So maybe a few people are taking a break by this late at night. Good. Oh, I'm so glad that the connection's been really good. That's exciting. It was really frustrating. I felt really bad. I went live on 651 Vinyl's page last week and we just had a lot of problems. I spent like way too much time trying to troubleshoot it and get it right. And so I'm really, really hoping this internet speed thing will do well. Whoops. I called Troy and asked him what he thought the issue might be, and he suggested internet speed. So it's definitely worth a shot. All right, I think that's, oh, I got one more section. I'm gonna try to do it coral here. And then we will be done. I might have to let this one dry and show you this one last because it needs a minute to dry. Brenda said, late at night works best for me personally, as I am fortunate to be one of those work from home people and can't craft during the day. Yeah, Brenda, I feel ya. Well, and then I have, like, of course, I'm still working for 651 Vinyl during the day, and sometimes that means also creating videos for my channel because I'm really blessed that my side business and my full-time job, you know, go together. But, you know, a lot of the time I'm live during the day on that page, and so the only time that I have, you know, is to go live at night because that's when I work. So, you know, I'm glad that it works out for a few of you. And I am a super night owl anyways. If you know me at all, you know I'm always up super duper late because I just think really well at nighttime. I know that's bizarre, but I have been that way for as long as I can remember. So I am most creative. You know, my creativity bumps up a notch at 10 o'clock. So I know that's probably not natural, but that's why I go live so late. And then typically I like to eat dinner first and stuff if I can. So yeah. So all of our eggs are done. So let's take a look at what we have done so far. So here's egg number 1, which is just paint. And it just turned out to be some cute little polka dots. But they turned out fun. Whoops, I'm just dropping things. Good thing these are wood. So there's our little painted egg, and these are still wet, and I am touching them, so that's cool. And then egg, let's see, number 2, we did the marker. So that one is pretty plain, but still fun. So that's egg number 2. I can put him in a medicine cup. And then egg number 3 is our beautiful Mod Podge and glitter egg, which turned out super cute. You could definitely take this off. If you wanted to have a really clean edge, you could use vinyl or painter's tape to make a line all the way around your egg if you wanted to. I was okay with it being a little bit more natural, but that's a thought for you. And then egg number 4 is our alcohol ink egg. So these are super fun, and make sure that you go check out Ella B Creates on YouTube. That's Linda Davis. She's one of our awesome affiliate partners at 651 Vinyl, and she is the first person to ever talk about alcohol inks on eggs that I've ever seen. So go check out her original methods on her channel because she is awesome, and make sure that you go check out the other creators doing Craft with the Curve with me. After this video, I will put them all in the description. Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, so far, I think this one might be my favorite. Mostly because I love glitter, but still my favorite. Okay, we're going to give this one another minute to dry, and I'll stay with you guys until it does because I want to make sure that you see it before we get off here. But I'm super pumped about playing with this one. So let me know what you guys think so far about all these eggs. And I'm excited to have I like that they're all kind of color coordinated because I do have a little thing to decorate my house for Easter. But yeah. I'm super interested to see how my church does Easter this year. Last year was our first year at our church, and this year, of course, we're going to be doing it online. So if you guys need a church, and if you don't have anything to watch this Sunday, make sure you let me know, and I'd be more than happy to send the link. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm sure that I'll be sharing that as well, because my church is just really, really awesome. They have really taken and loved a lot of people here in the Louisville community since all of this craziness started. And I'm just really proud to be a part of what they do. And so if you just need a place to turn, or if you just want to watch something, maybe you're one of those people who typically goes to church on Easter, let me know and I'd be more than happy to send you that link. They're doing several service times, so you can always go back and watch them. They're also on YouTube. They're called Northeast Christian Church, which I think they're called NEC Louisville, maybe, Northeast Christian Church. So search them on Facebook if you're interested, Facebook or YouTube. If you're interested in watching them live, you can find all their live streams there. And I don't know why this paint is taking so long to dry. I promise I will peel it as soon as I can, but there's a giant wet spot right there. And then we'll take a look at this last egg. So, yeah. Yay, you guys, I'm so happy that the connection is working. So happy. You don't even know. I was so nervous about this, and I haven't done any Craft for the Curves live since my very first one because we lost our connection, and it was a mess. I was in the middle of talking to you guys, and it just dropped, and it made me sad. So I haven't done it again since. Oh, okay. Paint's still super wet. I promise, guys, it's going. I'm super excited to see this egg, though. I think it's going to be the cutest one. Maybe if I just touch the blue parts. That's what I painted first. Okay. Let's see what vinyl we can get off this guy. I want you guys to see it. I think it's going to be really cool. Yay, here we go. And so this is where it gets tricky with these kinds of things. When the vinyl starts to cross over, it gets really hard to pull off. Okay, hold on. I gotta put that one down so that I can move it. As soon as the vinyl hits like all these other stripes, it gets kind of difficult. Almost, guys. It's kind of nerve-wracking to take these off because you've got these really pretty lines and I'm just afraid to mess them up. So it looks like our lines are definitely not perfect on this one, but it still turned out really, really cool. I really like how this is done. Make sure there's no other vinyl left. Nope, I think that's it. Cool, okay. Let me pick this up the best I can. The top is still a little wet. But look how cool that turned out. Oh, so is this still your favorite, Ibby? Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So thank you so much for crafting, you guys, with me. This is Craft for the Curve. So again, if you decide to decorate eggs any of these ways, make sure that you post them on Facebook or Instagram with hashtag Craft for the Curve, so that you can enter yourself to win some really, really cool prizes from some really great brands. It's for a really good cause so that you can stay home and craft. That's the whole reason that we wanted to do this, is to give you guys so many different ways to stay home and craft and entertain yourselves. And guys, I hope that you are well. I know that this is a really challenging time for all of us, whether you're quarantined with someone or not, with kids or not. I know that it's hectic and weird. And so I want you guys to also know that I'm praying for you. And if you ever feel like there's a way that I can pray specifically for you, or you need someone to pray with you, you can always reach out to me because I'd be happy to be there for you. I'm definitely open to that, and you don't have to feel embarrassed or weird about asking me because I'd be more than happy to do that, okay? So I hope you know that, and I hope you guys enjoy your Easter. I hope that you get to FaceTime or Zoom with somebody that you love to share the holiday with them. And if not, you can certainly share it with me. My husband and I would be happy to wish you a happy Easter on Easter Sunday. So I love you guys. I'm so glad we got a chance to craft together. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to DIY Alex. If you're not already a subscriber, I would love to have you, and ring the bell right next to subscribe so that you never miss a new upload. All right, guys, I hope we can craft soon. Bye. Oh, hold on. There we go.